Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Code Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation continues from Surat Mahalla Panjwa, composition of the 5th Nanak Gur Arjan. The recitation. Surat Mahalla Panjwa, Garibi Gada Hamari, Khanna Sagal Rain Chhari, इस आगे को ना टिके वेकारी गुर पूरे एहो गल सारी हर हर नाम संतन की ओटा जो सिमरै तिसकी गति होवै उधर है सगले कोटा रहाओ संत संग जस गाया एहो पूरन हर तन पाया कहो नानक आप मिटाया सब पार ब्रह्म नदरी आया गरीबी गदा हमारी खन्ना सगल रेन छारी. Humility is the mace that I carry as a weapon. And not only that, Khanna Sagal Rain Chari, to become the dust beneath the feet of all, meaning the epitome of humility, is my blade. So the quality of humility is my weapon. Because in the face of such humility, no corrupt impulse can actually endure within my mind. Is aage ko na tike vikari. So the Guru here is giving you instruction that humility is the ultimate quality to cultivate. Garibi meaning poverty, not material impoverishment, but in the sense of being empty of ego. Not to identify with the ego. And the Guru says, Guru Pura eh gal sari. This is the deepest realization, the essence of all teachings of the Guru. Wear humility as your weapon. It is your mace, it is your blade with which to cut through the ego. It's the sharpest weapon that you can have to counter the antidote to the ego. In the Rahao, har har naam santan ki ota, jo simre tiski gat hove udreh sagle kota. Har har naam, the wisdom of the self, which is everywhere. Santan ki ota, santan, seekers. The wisdom of the self, Naam, is the refuge of all seekers. Anyone who is a quote-unquote seeker, a sikh, a lifelong learner, a disciple, for them, wisdom is the refuge. Why so? Because wisdom doesn't define boundaries. It's unbounded. It is the ego that actually lays boundaries down. So the Guru is instructing us to move to a place where there is no conceptual boundaries, so that you can see clearly. So jo simre tiski gat hove, whoever reflects upon this wisdom and deeply contemplates on this wisdom will find liberation. And we have talked about liberation meaning freedom from the limitations of the ego, because the ego is creating all these boundaries for you. So remembrance of wisdom carries you beyond. One way to put it would be we are accustomed to working with logic all the time. But what we have to do is we have to join it with intuition, because Gurmat tells us that that is the purest form of knowledge. It's direct. So you have to combine the two. And for that, you need good wisdom. You have to turn your attention to good wisdom, because it'll open up faculties within you, intuitive faculties that are there, but fairly latent. And only occasionally do we get intuitive insights. And even then, we do not recognize them. We don't see them as such. Sant sang jas gaya, eh puran hardhan paya, kaho nanak aap mitaya, sab par brahm nadri aya. So, alongside the wise, I sang the praise to the herself. Sang the praise. I received the complete wealth of self-knowledge. Eh puran hardhan paya. Says Nanak, kaho Nanak, when I let go of my ego, aap mitaya, then what happened? Sab par brahm nadri aya. I beheld the Supreme Being everywhere, meaning the boundaryless, the non-physical reality, if you will, no form. So actually, this is the passage for us of self-discovery and transformation. Santa Sangha Jasagaya. This is learning with others, spending time with wise or insightful people, sharing positive experiences. By doing that, you learn a lot about yourself. You see, they reflect back to you who you really are. And then, in that process, self-knowledge, you begin to gain a truer understanding of yourself. And that is the complete treasure. It's a deep, fulfilling awareness of who we really are. It's a process. And that goes hand in hand with letting go of the ego. You know, whether it is selfishness or pride or a narrow focus on ourselves, you begin to open up to a much larger view of life. And when that happens, you begin to notice the connectedness of everything. You're connected to everything. And that just transforms you, frees you from the ego. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.